false. Otherwise, everything would be true. Now we have done with P to the Q, right? P to the R we have to do. Now P to the R means this. So this T and this T I have to compare the first column and the third column, right? So true, 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 false, false, true, 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 false, false, and then again all F, right? P to the R, all F. So obviously all the remaining values would be true. Only for true, false, we need to check. Okay. This is what the P to the Q. Now Q or R. So Q and R or ring we have to do. So this thing we have to check, right? So true, 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 false, true, false, true, false, true, true. Only for false, false, I'm going to get the false. For rest of the thing, I am going to get true. True, false, true. False, true, true. False, 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 false. Okay. So Q or R we have done with. Okay. Now what do we have to do? We have to go for the first statement. That is P to the Q or R. Okay. So P, this P, right? This first column. And then to the Q or R. So this column. So the first column and the last column we have to check. And we have to do which statement, which operation we have to perform? Conditional operator, right? We have to perform. So true, true is true. True, true is true. True, true is true, right? Then true, false is false. False, true is true. I think rest of the thing is false. So no need to check. I'll be directly putting it as true, 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 right? Okay. So first statement we have done with. Now go for the second statement. Second statement we have got the first term, right? We have got the second term. Only ORing we have to do. Just or these two. TT, true, 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 false, true, then false, true, true, false, false is false, true, 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 then true, 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 and the last one is also true. Okay. So the first two are true only. Okay. Done. Now observe S1 and S2. Whether you are getting the same truth value for S1 and S2 student. Yes or no? Say something, everyone. Whether you are getting the same truth values.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So the first, just check it out. These are called a critical rows. Huh? These are the critical rows. You can call it as a critical rows. So the first row, if you'll check, it is true, true. Second row, true, true. Third row, true, true. Fourth row, false, false. Fifth, true, true. True, true. True, true. And finally, true, true. So you're getting the same, exactly same truth values. And at this moment, I could say that P to the Q or R is equivalent, okay, three horizontal line to P to the Q or P to the R. Then P to the R. Okay. So at this point, I would write this. Okay. And this is how you have to solve the problem. Okay. So you will have a problems like this. Okay. And they will ask you whether it is equivalent or not, or proof. Likewise, they would say proof. This is equivalent to this. This LHS is equivalent to RHS. So you have to go with this way. You have to draw the truth table and you have to solve. You have to show that both the statements truth values are similar. That's why it is equivalent. I hope you have understood this, right? Can you solve for the next simple problem, student? Are you ready for it? Okay. Should I give it to you? Say something.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
One simple problem, last problem, I'll be giving it to you. You'll be solving it within 2 to 3 minutes. Okay. And then we will move to very important, what you say, concept. And the last Okay, one existential, one topic is remaining. We will move to the mathematical induction, and then we will see the last topic. Okay. With this simple problem and tell me whether it is tautology P, P or Q. Okay, and negation P and negation Q. Do it, student. Very important. Very easy it is. And tell me equation you are getting. Whether you are getting tautology, whether you are getting contradiction, or whether you are getting contingency. Solve it. I hope everyone is solving and everyone is going to give me answer. Okay, what is the answer you have got, student?
Contradiction.
Okay. What about other?
Contradiction.
Everyone say what you are getting. Okay. I think the chat box problem is there. Okay, everyone. P, negation P, negation Q, right? P or Q. So you can have the whatever the sequence you can give, but because finally we have to add this. So 1 and 2 and 3, right? Finally 1 and 2 and 3. That is your answer. To solve it, where is it? True, true, false, false. True, false, true, false. Negation P would be false, true, false. Oh, sorry. False, false, true, true. Negation Q would be false, true, false, true. P or Q would be true, 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 false. Okay. Now, directly instead of going for 1 and 2 and 3, okay, intermediate step you can perform, student. You can go for 1 and 2 first. 1 ending.
Ma'am,
Okay.
ma'am, in P or Q, the second value will be the false now. True, false, false.
True, false, false. Oring. Okay. See, for oring, what is the truth table, student? It is or na. Or के लिए when you will get true and when you will get false.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
See, you have to remember, student, don't get confused. For ORing, whenever you will get both the false values, that time only you will have a false statement. ORing. Okay, so ORing is a wider thing. Okay, you will get more true values for ORing. Only for false, false, you are getting the false value. And you have to remember for ANDing. only for true you will get the true value, and for rest of the thing you are going to get the false value. That you need to remember, student. For conditional operator, only for true false you have to get, you have to have, I mean you will be getting false value for only for true false, otherwise it would be true. For biconditional operator, for similar truth values you are going to get the true, and for different truth values you are going to get the false. In this way only you have to remember, student, otherwise it would be confusion, and if a single row would be incorrect, obviously your final answer is going to get incorrect. Okay, so you have to recall, you have to practice the truth, you have to see, you have to remember what the truth value is for the what operator, and accordingly you have to solve. I hope this is correct. False? Yes, student?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Is it correct? Please say something.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Now, what is the next task here? Directly do not go for ANDing of 1, 2, 3. Huh? What do you have to do, student? Either you AND one or two first, or two or three first, and then finally the remaining one you have to add. So go for 1 and 2 first. So if I'll do 1 and 2 first, okay, so I'll do 1 and 2 first. Okay, and then finally I will have an answer of all 1 and 2, and then ending with 3, right? So 1 and 2 if I'll do, then false is false, right? False, true is false, true, false is false, true is true. So 1 ending 2 I'll do first, right? Now this answer I will end it with 3. Okay, P or Q. Okay, so F, and then T, F. So this thing and this thing I will have ending. Okay, do not go for directly 3 or 4 variable operations. Okay, go step by step, student. Okay, again and again I'm saying this stuff to you, otherwise it will be trouble for you. Go step by step, don't be in a hurry. Okay, so 1 and 2 ending we have done, right? Now what we have to do, we have to and it with 3, that is P or Q term. So true false is false, true false is false, true false is false, and false true is false. So all false I'm getting, that means this equation is showing what? Contradiction. I hope everyone has done with this. Yes or no, student? Everyone has got contradiction? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, a chat box is visible. Yes, perfect. Okay, so I hope you will not do any a single mistake in this type of problems. Okay, these problems are very easier, and you are having a great scope to get out of out marks in these type of questions. Okay, okay, done. Now we will move to the next concept, that is mathematical induction. Very important concept. Okay, now student, what I would like to say you, that instead of see mathematical stuff and mathematical statements and equations we are going to see, the steps we are going to see, but what this mathematical induction is, for what purpose this concept we are using, what its application, okay, that you have to know, student. So basically this mathematical induction is a concept which is used to generalize the. Okay. Now, what do you mean by generalization of statement? Okay, I will say it to you. I will give you example. You will come to know. At this point, you have to remember that the application of mathematical induction concept is to generalize the statement. So, whenever induction term will come in a picture, you will have deduction term. Deduction. So, what do you mean by induction? What do you mean by deduction? That you need to understand first. Okay. Whenever you will get the understanding of these two terms, automatically what is this mathematical induction is you will come to know. Okay. So whenever I talk about deduction, student, deduction means what? We will have a general statement and we will try to extract the specific statement from the general statement. So I would write over here is we will have a general statement, right? And we'll try to extract specific statement. Okay. From general statement, I'm trying to extract the specific statement for the deduction. So deduction mein from general statement to specific statement we will go. Okay. Now I'll give you a simple example. Suppose I will say all humans eat food. All humans eat food. Okay. That is a general statement I'm saying. All humans eat food. All humans eat food. This is a general statement I'm saying. Okay. Another general statement. Suppose I'll have Rohit is a human. Rohit is a human. Okay, so these general statement we are having, student. Now what I will do is I will try to extract the specific statement from the general statement, and I would say Rohit eats food. Rohit eats food. Okay, so what I have done here is all humans eat food and Rohit is a human, and from these two general statement I am extracting this is a specific statement from these two general statement, and this step we are calling it as a deduction. I hope you have understood what is deduction is. If you have done with the deduction, then what would be the induction, student? Induction, we will be moving from specific statement to general statement, and that is what the application of induction is. Okay, I will give you example. You will come to know. Now, deduction, you have to remember that from general statement we will try to extract the specific statement. Now we will move to induction. What is induction is? Induction is specific statement to general statement. Specific statement to general statement. Okay. Now I'll give you example from a specific statement how we'll move to the general statement. Okay. Suppose I'm having like to eat apple as a statement. Like to eat apple. Okay. Now what I'll do is I will start with myself first. Okay. So myself, what I'll say, I like to eat apple. Okay. Then what I will do, I will start with my friends, with my neighbors. Right. So I will say that my neighbors like to eat apple. Okay. And then what I will say that everyone in the world like to eat apple. Okay. So from specific statement, I'm moving to generalized statement. Okay. From specific, I like to eat apple, then I'm moving to my neighbors and my friends like to eat apple, and then I'm putting a general statement like everyone in the world likes to eat apple. Okay, so this is what the traveling is, and this traveling from specific statement to the general statement, we are calling it as an induction, student. I hope you have got the concept of mathematical induction. So mathematical induction is nothing but conversion, or you say it is a path where by which on which we will move from the specific statement to the general statement, and that's why the application for mathematical induction we are saying it is used to generalize the statement, okay, from specific to general one. Okay, now this is what the concept is. Okay, now what I will say, I will just give you another example, and what is this, and with respect to mathematical induction, how we are going to do it. Okay, with a particular example I'm going to explain you, student. So please listen. Basically, whenever we will talk about mathematical induction, three important term you have to remember, student. The first is base, then second is kth value, okay, and the third is k plus 1 value. Okay, so mathematical induction, how we are moving, we will have one base, student. Okay, and that base we are assuming it is as a true. We are saying the base is true. Okay, in order to have mathematical induction proof, we need to have some base. Okay, and that base we are assuming, we are saying it the base is true. Okay, Now, if the base is true, then the next kth value, okay, we are saying is true. If base is true, then the kth value will be true. Okay, base is true, kth value is true. If base is true and kth value is true, then k plus 1 value is also true. That we need to prove in this mathematical induction. Okay, so basically three parts you will have. The first part would be base. Then about to base you will have a kth value. About to kth value you will have a k plus 1th value. Okay, you're saying that the base is true. You're saying that the kth value is true. And if the base is true and kth value is true, then you're going to say that the k plus 1th value is also true. Okay, that is a proof. That is a proof that you are going to solve in a mathematical induction. Okay, I'll give you example. See this. Suppose I'm having number of statement here 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. This would be okay like this. I will have S1, S2, S3, S4, SK plus 1, and so on. Okay, suppose this statement I will have, student. Okay, and these statements you will have to imagine as a cards. Okay, so this statement as a card you have to imagine. Suppose S1 statement is a one card, S2 statement is a second card. These are the statements, the statements that we are dealing with right now under the logic, right? So these statements are nothing but the cards that you have to imagine right now. Suppose the first, if I'll flick this first card, okay, if I'll give some movement to this first card, what will happen, student? The rest of the card will fall, right? Okay, if I'll flick this first card, the rest of the cards are going to fall. So here, what we are going to do here, we are ensuring that you have to ensure that first card will fall. Okay, now here we have ensured that first card will fall. If I'll flick it, the first card will fall. This is what the base today. And this base is true that we are saying, right? The first card will fall is a true. Okay, then what we are doing is we are moving it to the kth value. If the first card is going to fall, any random, okay, so this card I'll pick. Okay, this is a random card. Okay, and I'm saying that this is a kth card. If the first card is going to fall, obviously this kth card is going to fall. So that is also true, right? If your base is true and your kth value is true, then what you have to show? The next kth plus 1 card will be falling. Okay, that we need to show. If the base is true, that is, if the first card is going to fall, if the kth card is going to fall, then the next card to it is going to fall. The rest of the card are going to fall. Okay, so that we need to prove under this mathematical induction. Okay, I hope you have understood. Here, this first card you are calling it as a base. Okay, this random card you are calling it as a kth card, and you have to show k plus 1 card. Okay, that is k plus 1 statement. Okay, will be also true if your base is true and kth value is also true. I hope you have understood the concept of mathematical induction. I need your acknowledgement, student. Otherwise, I will be elaborating it again. Have you got it? What is mathematical induction, student? Please type yes, no, something. Have you got the concept of mathematical induction? Quickly say something on a chat box. Okay, only one answer I'm getting. Yes. Okay. Very good. Okay, so student, why I'm asking you to acknowledge, because if this concept is clear now, then problem solving is nothing. Okay, any whoever, whatever, whenever the problem will be asked, no, you will be able to solve it once the concept is clear. Okay, now after this, we will see what are the steps to find it out, the solution using the mathematical induction. So let us move to the next page. So we'll write principle of mathematical induction. Okay. So basically, the proof by mathematical induction consists of three steps. Okay. If statement P is to be proved or proven, then okay, what are the steps? Very important step. Everyone write it and listen it. Okay. Show that P is true. First step is show that P is true for some particular integer n0, and this step is called basis step. Okay, so what is the very first step you have to do whenever you have to show the P is true using mathematical induction? The statement P is true using mathematical induction. The first thing you have to do is you have to show that the statement is true for some particular integer n0. What we are calling it is as mathematically n0. Okay, that is your basis step. So your base. Okay, base, kth value, and k plus 1 value. Okay, three steps, three important terms we have seen. So this is what the base. You are showing that the base is true under this first step. Okay. The second step is assume P is true for some particular integer k. Assume P is true for some particular integer k. Okay. And this is called induction hypothesis step. Induction hypothesis. Okay. So kth value you have to assume, any k value you have to take, and for that k value you have to show that given statement is true, and that step, middle step, you will call it as an induction hypothesis. First base we have done, second step induction hypothesis we have done it. Okay. The third and the final step is prove P is true for n is equal to k plus 1, and this step is called induction step. Okay. So these steps and underlined words are very important. Why I'm highlighting it? Because question answering, you will have a question based on this student. Okay. So again, I will be revising all three steps. You have to remember, you have to write in your notebook. Okay. So under the principle of mathematical induction, whenever they will ask us to prove whether the given statement P is true or not, then what are the steps we need to follow? The first step, that is, we need to see that our base is true. And base is true, how we are going to show? We will take what? We will take specific integer, and for that specific integer, we will putting the value in that statement, and we are going to say that for this particular integer value, I'm going to get the value as true value. So the basis or the base we are going to prove as true in the first statement. Second statement, what we are going to do? We are going to perform the induction hypothesis step, where we will take any k value, we will be putting n is equal to k in a given statement, and we are going to show for n is equal to k, I'm going to get the statement as true, and that we are calling it as an induction hypothesis. And the third last step would be we are going to substitute n is equal to k plus 1 in a given statement, and we are going to show that n is equal to k plus 1. Okay. We are going to prove that for n is equal to k plus 1, I'm going to get the statement as true. Okay. And that third step, we are calling it as a induction step. Okay. So basis, induction hypothesis, and induction step. Okay, these three steps are important. Whenever you'll be solving the problem based on mathematical induction, you need to write it down all these steps. First step, basis. Second step, induction hypothesis. Third step, induction step. And then you need to solve under to each and every step. Okay. So this is clear, everyone. Now we will move to solve the problem based on the mathematical induction. Okay, listen carefully, student. We are going to solve the problem based on mathematical induction. Okay, so I'll be writing problem 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus dash 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 plus n is equal to n by 2 n plus 1. Okay, so what they have asked for, they have asked that state the principle of mathematical induction and prove the following proposition. Okay, so you have to prove this following statement or proposition using mathematical induction. So, what you have to write, student? Answer step one. You have to write. What is the step one? Is basis. So, what we are going to do here? Okay, listen everyone carefully. We are going to take integer value, specific integer value, and we are going to check out whether we are getting LHS is equal to RHS. Okay, now take this LHS. This is what the LHS is, and this is what the RHS is. Okay, so we'll take n is equal to 1. Okay, for n is equal to 1. Now this is n is equal to 1, right? LHS, this is n is equal to 1. I'm good. I'm getting the value as 1, right? So n is equal to 1. I'm getting LHS is 1. Okay, what is the RHS that I need to find it out? Just put n is equal to 1 in RHS. What I'm getting, I'll be writing RHS. Okay. So RHS n I'm putting is equal to 1. So 1 by 2, 1 plus 1. N is 1. I'm putting n is equal to 1. N is equal to 1 here. 1 by 2, 1 plus 1. So 2 by 2, the answer is 1. So whether I'm getting RHS as 1 for LHS n is equal to 1? Yes. LHS n is equal to 1, I'm getting RHS as 1. Okay. Go for the next one. If I'll take n is equal to 2, n is equal to 2 means what? Whenever I will take n is equal to 2, what equation I'm having? 1 plus 2. So 1 plus 2. Okay, so what value I'm going to get for n is equal to 2 is 3. Okay, that you need to remember, student. Okay, for n is equal to 1, I'm getting 1. Initial value is 1 only. But for n is equal to 2, addition is there, right? So 1 plus 2 I have to make, and whatever the value I'm getting, that I have to put for n is equal to 2. That is 3. Same thing I have to do for RHS. RHS, I have to put n is equal to 2. Just go for RHS. N is equal to 2 divided by 2. It is 2 plus 1. So 2 by 2 into 3, which is equal to 3. Okay, which is equal to 3. So 3 and 3, whether same value I am getting? Yes. You can go for the next one. You can check it on. Okay. No need to check for the further thing. If the two values are same, it is going to get the same value. Just check it up. Just cross check it. N is equal to 3. N is equal to 3. What I'm going to get? So I'm going to consider these first three values. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6. I'm going to get 6. Put n is equal to 3 here. Okay. So 3 by 2, 3 plus 1 is 3 into 4 by 2 is 12 by 2, which is equal to 6. I'm going to get. Okay. The same thing I'm going to get whenever I'll put something, some specific value for n is for n. I'm going to get the same value for RHS. So LHS is equal to RHS. So whether our base is true, student, say something. Whether we have proved that the base is true here, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. So the base is true. The first step we have done with. Okay. Now, what is the second step that we have to do? The second step is induction hypothesis. Now, go for the second step. Step 2, induction hypothesis. Okay. So, for induction hypothesis, what you have to do, student? You have to put n is equal to k. That's it. Okay. You have to put n is equal to k in a given equation, and that equation we are saying that it is true. Okay. For n is equal to k, whatever the equation or whatever the proposition or whatever the statements I'll be getting, that is true. Okay. That we will see. Go to the next page. So we are at step 2, that is induction hypothesis. Okay. We are putting n is equal to k. Okay. So what equation I will have? I will have 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus dash 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 plus k is equal to k by 2 k plus 1. And that I'm saying it as a true. Okay. So I have substituted n is equal to k and I'm saying that n is equal to k is true. Okay. Now what I have to prove is I have to prove if this is true. Okay. If this is true, this proposition is true, then k plus 1 proposition would be true. Okay. That I have to prove using induction. The third step I need to perform. Step 3 is induction step. Induction step. Okay. Now what I'll do is for induction step, what is the immediate task that we need to do? We have to put n is equal to k plus 1. Okay, we have done up to n is equal to k. Now we have to move to the next step, that is n is equal to k plus 1. So simply substitute n is equal to k plus 1. So how it would be? So it would be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus dash 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 plus k. Up to k we will have and then we have to move to the next k plus 1 thing, right? So plus k plus 1 you will be writing. This is very important step that you have to do. Up to k you will be there, but now you're moving to the next step, that is k plus 1 step. So k plus 1 you will have. Okay. Now which is equal to, now what is RHS you are having, student? RHS you are having as n plus 1, n plus 1 divided by 2, and then you will have, sorry, RHS you are having n by 2, n plus 1. This is RHS you are having, okay, in a original equation. Now what you have to do is you have to substitute n is equal to k plus 1 in RHS. So what it would be? It would be k plus 1 divided by 2, and then this n is k plus 1 plus 1. K plus 1 plus 1. So I'll be writing RHS over here again. K plus 1 divided by 2. K plus 1 plus 1. Okay. I hope you have got this. Okay. So up to k we are having, we are moving it to k plus 1. And that's why we have given k plus 1, which is equal to, now RHS we are having n by 2 into n plus 1 in our original equation. So this n we will be replacing with k plus 1. Previously with this n we have replaced with k by 2 k plus 1. Okay. Now we have to replace this n with k plus 1. So we have replaced this n with k plus 1 divided by 2 and this n, okay, with k plus 1, and this is plus 1. I hope you have got up to this step. Yes, student? Yes, student? Say something. Yes, you have got it. K plus 1 step.
Yes.
Yeah. Now,
Yes.
yes, what you have to do now, student, now whatever RHS you are getting here now, that you need to prove it is true. Okay. This RHS is true, that you need to prove with this LHS. Okay. So what you have to do, you have to pick this LHS, you have to solve this LHS, and this LHS is equal to this RHS you have to show. How you will go with? What next step I have to do? So obviously I have to solve LHS. Okay. And this LHS I need to prove with RHS. So I'll be writing 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus dash 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 dash, right? Okay. Plus, okay, k is equal to k plus 2, k plus 1. This is I'm knowing, right? Yes or no? Already we have proved it as a true for k value. This equation I'm writing over here. Why I'm writing? Can anyone tell me? LHS I'm going to solve and I'm writing this equation. Why? What is the next step that I need to do for solving LHS? Anyone? Any student?
Yes, ma'am. Till 1 from till k, we will write that equation and then we'll add k plus 1 and then we'll simplify.
Perfect. Very good. Very good. Okay. So what you have to do up to k. Okay. Up to k, you have to substitute this equation. Okay. This equation plus k plus 1 you will have. Okay, and whatever the answer you are getting, that answer is same answer you have to show with the RHS. I mean, whatever the answer you're getting, that is equal to the RHS that you need to show. Okay, so we will move to the next step. Okay, so LHS, I'll be writing it as 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus dash 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 plus k plus 1. Okay, this is your LHS, and RHS is k plus 1 and k plus 2. Okay, now I'm going to solve this. Now up to this k, I'm having equation at k by 2, k plus 1, and this plus k plus 1 I'll be solving, right? So what I'll be doing, now I'm solving LHS only, solving LHS only. So equal to what I'll do, k plus 1, I'll take common, I'll have k by 2 plus 1, right? So k plus 1, and this would be k plus 1 divided by 2, right? K plus 2 divided by 2. So can I write this as k plus 1 into k plus 2 divided by 2? And just check it out, RHS. RHS is also k plus 1 into k plus 2 divided by 2, this term. So whether LHS is equal to RHS, student, over here? Yes or no? Yes. So LHS is equal to RHS. Here, I would say that with the help with the principle of mathematical induction, we have proved LHS is equal to RHS. Okay, that means we have proved that for k plus 1th value also, we are getting the equation as true. Okay, so this is how you have to solve the problems based on mathematical induction, student. Okay, so what is mathematical induction? What is the concept of mathematical induction? What do you mean by base? What do you mean by kth value? What do you mean by k plus 1th value? Okay, and what we are going to prove. Once you will understand this, then these problems are very much easier to solve. Okay, so in a next lecture, we will be moving to the next complex, like this is what the simple problem. To the next advanced level, we will move to solve the problem based on the mathematical induction. I hope you have got whatever we have seen today. Please say yes or no. Understood whatever we have seen today? Yes, student?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, very important instruction I have to give it to you, student. It might be the exam team will be notifying you about your first IE1, okay, internal evaluation, okay, internal evaluation 1. So for discrete mathematics student, we will have MCQ based test, okay, multiple choice question you will have. So around 30 questions you will have to solve within 45 minutes, okay. So based on that, your exam would be there. So try to prepare accordingly. Getting, student?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Any questions you want to ask? Anything? Anything? Any issues? Anything in your mind? You can freely ask me right now. So whatever up till okay, the first unit is going to over. Okay, within one lecture only, 1 or 2 lectures, it is going to over. Okay, so whatever up till suppose date would be, I think, next week. Okay, you will get to know what is the date for discrete mathematics. Okay, and before to exam will be covering the first unit. Okay, and whatever we have seen up till now in a lecture, okay, whatever the concept we have seen, based on that concept only, you will have the MCQs. Okay, so try to solve the problems. Okay, try to see what is the theoretical as well as try to see what are the problem solving parts is. Okay, try to revise the stuff. I'm going to give you the PPTs I'm having. Okay, PPTs I'm going to give you. Okay, the material I'm going to give you. just start to study the discrete mathematics. I hope everyone is solving it regularly, because this is a problem solving activity. Okay. And you have to solve the problems, and then only you will be confident to solve your MCQs also. Okay. So we'll be providing the material. Don't worry about it. Okay. So start solving the problem, not only for the subject. Okay. For all the subject, you need to study now, student. Okay. So you will be getting the notification from the exam team about your IE1 for all the subjects. Okay. For our subject, MCQ would be there. 30 MCQs would be there. 45 minutes you will have to solve those. Okay. Done. Okay, student. Okay. Anything you want? Okay. Anything you want to communicate with me? Okay. Again, I'm saying it to you. Who is the CR of your class, student? I want to know. Hello. Hello. Am I audible? Who is CR of your class? B and C, sorry, A and B division. A division, who is CR?
Ma'am, Akash Gule.
Okay, tell me his number, roll number.
150.
150. Okay, Akash is there. Okay, okay, done. And for B division? B division CR? Other students also say who is the CR of B division? Yes? Any B division student I'm getting your Atharva?
Prathamesh is there.
Prathamesh. Okay, number?
Uh,
Okay, I'll check. Prathamesh, surname is?
Prathamesh Mahajan, maybe
Mahajan.
46, I think so. Number
Mahajan.
46.
Okay, okay. Akash, 152 and Prathamesh Mahajan. So student, okay, I'll be contacting these CR, these student, okay. Anything you want to communicate through CR also you can communicate, or directly you can mail me, okay, and then the further interaction we will have, student, okay. Okay, so that's it from my side. Thank you, student. All the best. Okay, study hard and take care. Bye bye.